beautiful humanoids of Earth. It is I, Christina, here at Fit and Bendy in Los Angeles, and today we are doing our third shoulder health video. This one is for preparing you for doing more body weight exercises like pull-ups and push-ups, going more into your strength and getting deeper into your flexibility for stuff like handstands, contortion, and yoga. So we're gonna go a little bit harder today. All you need is a table and a wall, and we'll be all set. All right, let's get going. All right, let's dangle those arms by the side, kind of shake them out, loosen them up a little bit. And we are going to start with our snow angels this time. And bringing those arms back behind you, the whole idea here is to think about using the muscles in the back to open up the front. So I'm reaching my fingertips to the floor, bringing my shoulders down, and little pulses. And as I start to bring my arms up just a little bit at a time, you can start to feel in your own body how every slightly different angle is going to change the stretch that you're getting and change the muscles that you're using. And I really like this as a warm-up because I can check in and see how, as the height of the arms changes, what I need to work on, and if there's a difference right to left, what feels sore, and really feeling how we need those back muscles to create the length that we want in the front. Once the arms start to get above shoulder height, you start to get into stretching that pec minor, which for some of us is very tight if you sit at the computer too much. So this angle usually is one of the more challenging ones. Just keep reaching out as you pulse back, feeling those shoulder blades pulling away from your spine. Good. And make sure that you're breathing. This whole thing sucks a lot more if you're not breathing. Now, once the arms start to get closer to the head, those shoulder blades need to rotate up. Don't worry if your arms don't get all the way right up next to your ears today. Get them as high up as you can. And we're going to start to come down again. Again, feeling that opening out to the side, that pulling apart of the shoulder blades. Check in with your neck. Make sure that your neck isn't trying to do the work. There is a thing that can happen as your shoulder blades start to rotate up where your neck can jump in and try to help. So it's really important to just, continue to move your head side to side if you feel that happening. And if you feel your neck trying to help, then you're probably going a little bit too high, too hard, too fast for what your shoulder muscles are able to do now. And that's why they're calling on their neck friends to help them out. All right, now as we get down towards the ground, we're getting more into the stretch in the front of the shoulders. Now I'm really thinking of bringing my shoulder blades down towards the floor, neck getting nice and long, top of the head reaching for the ceiling, and let's just hold those arms back. We're gonna do one more, and this one's gonna be smooth. So I'm really focusing right now on that shoulder blade rotation, pulling out wide, 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 wide. I am making my wingspan as wide as possible. Think of a bird about to fly and the way that their wings reach out and rotate up before they jump off the tree. Think about that feeling as you lift your arms up over your head. And then as your arms come back down, more width. Feel those muscles in your armpits working, that every time you rotate, you're getting a little bit wider, using the force of your own body to create the stretching and the opening that we want. All right, back down to the floor and shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Cool beans. Let's get into some internal rotation. We're going to do this one arm at a time. I'm going to start with my right arm. I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to put it behind my back, right on my lower back. Now, if you're pretty tight in your internal rotation, you might want to put your hand lower on your butt. If you're pretty loose, you can go higher. I really like right in my lower back. Straighten out your back, and it's very important here to make sure that your shoulder doesn't round forward in order to get this to happen. So you can even take your opposite hand, put it here, and keep that shoulder back. And we're gonna just saw that hand back and forth, gently pressing it into the back as we go. So I am using the tension of the hand pressing into my lower back to activate the muscles that internally rotate this right shoulder. Again, very important to not let the shoulder round forward. Then we're getting more of the pec muscles. You want to make sure these pec muscles are nice and relaxed. That tension can increase or decrease as much as you need. You can use your hand a little bit lower or a little bit higher in order to get the right amount of activation for you. Now let's stop with a hand in the middle, and we are going to start to lift it up away from your back. So I'm trying to get as much lift as I can with the arm, again, without letting the shoulder round forward. So there's actually a stretch that's happening in the front of the shoulder here, simply by lifting my arm away. And the muscles deep inside the shoulder are being activated. This is such an amazing exercise for countering those forward rounded shoulders. Good, let's do 3, 2, and hold that hand up. Lift it up. Big breath into the chest, opening up all of this tension through here, and then lower it back down and shake it out. Yay, right arm. Let's do the left arm. So we're now going to take the left hand and press it into the lower back. And I'm starting just by creating that tension. So the hand is pressing into the back in order to activate those muscles, making sure that that left shoulder stays nice and open. And then I start to drag the hand back and forth across my unfortunately very spiky 80s belt that now I slightly regret wearing. Yeah. So again, I'm checking in like, is my hand too high because now it makes me want to do this and round forward? If that's the case, I lower it down. If I think, this is super easy, I don't feel anything, I can bring my hand up a little bit higher. The important thing is to feel the deep work in the shoulder socket and make sure that the neck and the chest are staying open and released. Now let's stop with a hand in the middle, and we're going to do those lifts. Lifting away from the lower back. And I find that my left side doesn't go quite so far as my right side, which means I should probably spend more time working on my left side. Story of my life, right? See if you can feel that lift. And again, if you're doing this, focus your eyes out in front of you. Keep your chest nice and open. Feel that deep work in the back of that left shoulder, that deep internal rotation for 3, and 2, and just hold it there. Big breath into the chest, lift, little shaking going on for 3, 2, 1, and shake it out. Oh, left side, I love you so much. You try so hard. It tries so hard. Shall we do external rotation to balance ourselves out? I think yes. Elbows in, hands facing up. This is the most traditional external rotation exercise there is. Here are some things that you want to make sure you're doing to get the most out of it. One is make sure you're not using your back. So my shoulder blades are not pulling together. My shoulder blades are pulling apart. My shoulder blades are the anchor for this because that's where my external rotators attach. If my shoulder blades move, I can't really use them optimally. My spine is nice and straight. And I'm trying to be even right to left as much as possible. I'm really feeling the muscles right in the back of the shoulder where that rotator cuff is. All right. So now my thumbs are pulling back. I'm going to think about bringing my elbows forward, and I'm going to start to extend both arms out to the side, thinking thumbs back, elbows forward the whole time as I reach out wide, 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 wide. Open up the chest and then squeeze those elbows back in. Thinking thumbs back, elbows forward into my external rotation. Let's do it again. Thumbs back, elbows forward, even wider. Pull those shoulder blades apart. Make your chest as wide as possible using the external rotation to get a deeper stretch. And again, squeeze back in. We're going to do one more extension here. It's going to be amazing. Let's do it together. Thumbs back, elbows forward, back of the shoulders working to create that opening through the front of the chest. Reach out wide. Maybe wiggle your fingers a little bit as you pull your arms back just a little further. Let's make sure the neck is nice and relaxed. So just turning the head right and left to stretch out the neck and make sure that's nice and loose. Come back to center. And lower it down. Shake it out. Great. We are now ready to go into a nice deep shoulder stretch. So find your table, countertop, whatever you got. Damn it.
That's good.
Okay. Please leave that in. I don't have a table, so this is my ladder barrel. Let's get into our stretch. with our table. And I'm going to show you how to get into it so your shoulders are in just the right position that you want. So we're going back to that snow angel. Find your external rotation that we just woke up so beautifully. And we're going to start to open the arms out to the side. This time, because we're in such deep external rotation, as the arms come up over your head, your palms are actually going to face the wall behind you. Reach your shoulder blades up for the ceiling. So there's this feeling of width in the shoulder blades, like they've gone swoop out and up. Now, all you have to do is turn the palms bloop, to face forward. Turn to face your table, and we are going to slowly flat back forward. So as I start to lean forward, this position becomes harder to hold because gravity is pushing down on me. So I'm really working to maintain that lift in the shoulder blades. Now, once my hands get to the table, I get a little help from the table so I can relax a little, but I don't want to relax fully. I want to keep that engagement, that upward rotation in the shoulder blades so that I am not sinking down towards the floor. Big breath here. Start to sink into your flexibility, keeping that work happening in the shoulders. If you start to notice there's a pinching in the shoulder socket, then you're probably going too far. So first, we're going to do some little twists. I'm going to push one armpit down to the floor, then I'm going to push the other armpit down to the floor. I'm trying to keep my hips still, just have the twist happen in the rib cage. And this just goes from one shoulder to the other. I like it as a little bit of a release. It deepens the stretch of the lat on the side that is going towards the floor. And it helps you determine if one shoulder needs a little extra love and feels a little cranky today. Then we're going to come back to center, maybe walk those hands out a little bit further and press your hands gently down into the table. When you press the hands down, you can feel your lats engage, those back muscles engage. Those muscles are being stretched, but we also want to be able to find them and use them too. So see if you can squeeze those muscles, pressing down to lift your body up a little bit and then control down. Feel how they can be active and lengthening at the same time to help you go a little bit deeper. Let's do another one. Lift up, squeeze, 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 squeeze those muscles, little shaking happening here, and control down. Use your breath here. Inhale and exhale as you push down. Use your breath to lift your body up, pulling your rib cage in, squeezing those lats, and again, control your descent. Feel the lats lengthening, but never fully relaxing. We need to be able to be strong in this position to protect our shoulders, and in case you want to do something like a handstand where you're going to need those muscles to be working. All right, last trick here. We're going to work to tuck the pelvis under, pull the ribs in, and that's going to deepen the amount of stretch that's happening in the shoulders. And then release. Butt goes out, ribs drop down to the floor. Shoulder blade muscles working the entire time. Reach those fingers away. Again, tuck the pelvis in. Ribs lift up. Gently pressing the hands down the whole time. And release. Feel the difference in the stretch between those different spinal positions. Last time, tuck the pelvis, pull the ribs in. We're just going to hang out here. One more time, walk the hands out a little further away. Press those armpits down towards the floor. Make sure the neck is relaxed, not holding tension in the neck. Just enjoy that deep, delicious stretch. Big breath. And to come out, soften the knees, tuck the pelvis under. Use your abdominal muscles to lift your body up. Walk it in and shake out those arms. We are ready to do moose, one of my all-time favorite stretches. Meet me at the wall. The best way to get into wall moose, which is one of my favorite shoulder stretches of all time, is to start facing the wall as close as you can get to the wall. So I'm right up against it. Arms by your sides. Again, use that snow angel to find your optimal shoulder position. So we're rotating the arms up, feeling the shoulder blades pulling apart, lifting up into the sky, just like a bird getting ready to fly. Once they're fully up, we turn the palms onto the wall, press the arms gently into the wall, thinking about bringing the armpits towards the wall. Now, you can take a small step back. And as you do that, the chest slides down the wall, but you want to imagine that your hands are sticky. So they're hesitating to follow you. So there's this constant feeling of the arms lengthening out of the shoulder sockets, the shoulder blades rotating up as you slide down. You can continue to walk back as far as you feel like you want to go, but the more you sink down, the more tempting it's going to be to just arch your back. So in this position, see if you can tuck your pelvis and pull your ribs in. That's going to push more of the stretch into your upper back and your armpits. We're going to take one more breath here. Reach those fingers up just a little higher. It sure is hard to talk in moose. Slide the chest down as the fingers go up. And to come out, walk the hands up the wall. Take a few steps in. And my voice returns to normal. Shake it out. We're going to do one more. This time you're going to see if you want to go a little bit deeper. The further back you walk your feet and the further down your chest goes, the more intense the stretch is going to be. You just want to make sure that you don't lose your form and start to hunch. So here we go. All the way up against the wall, external rotation. Bring those arms up overhead. Reach for the ceiling, armpits to the wall, chest on the wall. And now we find our little step back. Sliding the chest down the wall. Keep that chest and armpits reaching for the wall the whole time. And as you go a little bit deeper, you can scoot the hands back up a little higher and the feet back a little further. Just keep your hips above your feet. And now we find that tuck. Ribs pulling in to deepen the stretch into the armpits. Just make sure you're still breathing. Very important to breathe even in this weird position. Maybe make a little moose noise. Feel your moose antlers pressing into the wall. And slide the hands back up. And enjoy your incredibly gooey and open shoulders. This would be a great time to work on anything that requires shoulder flexibility and strength for you, like handstands, because we have opened them up a lot. All right, hope you enjoyed this. Please stretch regularly for the best results. Check out all of our videos in the links below for more shoulder nerdiness and other things, mobility. Subscribe, and as always, happy bendings.